New Jersey Living is opening the first episode of the 2023 year here in Cliffside Park, New Jersey. So if you've seen my Fort Lee episode, if you've seen my Edgewater episode, you've seen a couple of the neighboring locations close to where we're filming now. Right now, I'm gonna pan around a little bit in just a second so you can get the scene. But behind me directly is Anderson Ave, which is one of the two main thoroughfares cutting through Cliffside Park that eventually merge as you go a little further south. So Palisade Ave is one, Anderson Ave is another. So I'm gonna pan just a little bit. I am basically in the plaza of the center, which is I'm gonna pan up a little bit so you can see the actual apartment complex profile. This is a luxury and apartment complex here in Cliffside Park, where, like most luxury units, is going to have like your studio one bedrooms closer to 2,000. You might maybe just a little less. As you get into two bedrooms, getting certainly up towards 3,000. All right. So this particular location, like most you see with apartment complexes, pan one more time so you can kind of let me try to get out of the sunlight glare so you have a little bit of a better view. Retail spots located at the bottom level of the complex. So there's also a workout facility here. Across the street you'll have any number of dining options directly down this stretch of roadway. Unlike Fort Lee, you will not find as many Korean type of eating establishments in Cliffside Park. You'll find more of a blend, certainly more Latino options for sure. So directly behind me, almost directly behind me, 690 Park is a popular spot, again strategically located right across from this complex, because no doubt it's aimed at appealing to the clientele from the apartment complex. But there's a number of options right here along this stretch, as well as Palisade Ave. So we are going to get into some of the details of Cliffside Park, and we're going to also jump into a tour, as we always do. And in this case, we have, I believe, 6 properties all together. So they're going to be like some of the other episodes, kind of quick succession when we have that number of properties, because normally we only do about maybe 3 to 4. But I wanted to give a good blend of recent sales here in Cliffside Park. So I'm going to just take a quick drop down the stairs here to the main street level. We'll continue from there. Welcome to New Jersey Living. My name is Corey Jones. I'm a real estate agent with Prestige Properties here in New Jersey, and my job is to bring content like this to viewers like you. So if you are interested in learning all things New Jersey, the real estate market, places to dine, iconic locations, places for entertaining, this is certainly the channel that you'll want to subscribe to. So please do hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell to stay updated on all the content that we have coming through this channel. We routinely produce 2 episodes each week. There's been a bit of a break over the holiday, combination of holiday travel on my part. Another part is just being sick, whatever is going around, and I fortunately tested negative for COVID, but it has been 2 weeks of battling through whatever it is that got a hold of me. But normally we're putting out 2 a week, all right? So we've been a little bit off schedule over the holiday season, but we're back on schedule now. So we will always cover, this is the first time that you're viewing, we will cover properties that have sold within the past 30 days. So that is to give you an idea of the market and the current trends that we see. Obviously, it's relative to the time that I record the video, but it's also giving you some insights of neighborhoods of each location that I cover. So we are again here in Cliffside Park in Bergen County. in Bergen. I've covered a few neighboring towns, so definitely, again, if you haven't seen Edgewater or Fort Lee, take a peek at those. And we have had a couple other Bergen locations with both Ridgewood and Paramus as well. Getting to more Bergen locations into the new year. So we will be covering Teaneck, Tenafly, Dumont, some of these other towns that are in Bergen County directly across from New York City, closer towards the George Washington Bridge. All right, so and going back to where we are right now, we're just on the sidewalk level now. I'm gonna pan down so you can see the sidewalk a little bit. You can see the paved layout for the sidewalk on this side of the center. This is normally a pool and sprinkler that would be running in the summertime. So as you imagine, the aesthetic would be very nice during the summer months for this particular location. So let's get into Cliffside Park a little bit. Again, those who watch routinely, you already know the routine. Those who are new, I always cover what I call the big three. The big three are the three primary factors that create demand here in the New Jersey real estate market. Those being, 1, proximity to the city, 2, local train station, and I'm kind of blending in commute with that because some of these towns are very close in proximity but don't necessarily have a train station. And schools, right? So proximity, commute, mass transit, and schools. So let's start with location. We are directly south of Fort Lee. Although we can't see the city skyline from here, I can assure you that if we were in one of those units higher up on this side of the complex, we would be having a direct view to Manhattan. So we are very, very close. If I was to hop into my car, which is about a block from here, to drive into the GW, I'd say 15 minutes. I'm in uptown Manhattan. All right, so check mark definitely for proximity. Local transit, there are no trains in this area like Edgewater, like Fort Lee, no trains. However, the Edgewater ferry is very, very close, and the bus service conveniently gets you into New York City. So I am going to give a check for ferry/bus, although there's no local train. And for schools, I reference niche.com for school ratings. I don't introduce or interject my own subjective opinions. The niche.com rating for Cliffside Park schools is a B-. I reserve my check marks only for those A-rated districts. So A+, A-, I'll give a check only for those. I say that within context of also always referencing New Jersey schools are among the best in the country when we're talking public schools. So consistently ranking 1 or 2 nationally, New Jersey schools are very, very good. So even a B-rated school district does not by any means make it a bad or a not so good school district. It's just that, again, I'm going to reserve A for those districts that create demand where people want to move there because of schools, all right? So Cliffside Park, not so much because of the schools. It's more so because of location, okay? So 2 out of 3, again, not bad option, but definitely for the market here, if you are comparing Cliffside to either Edgewater or Fort Lee, you're definitely going to find more bargain prices in Cliffside Park than the other two. You know, the other two, Edgewater is right on the water for one. The ferry is right there. Schools are rated higher. Likewise, Fort Lee. Fort Lee is directly, all right, you go through the, to get to the George Washington Bridge, you're traveling through Fort Lee, and the schools are rated higher, all right? So those two markets are going to be a tick higher, but if you are looking for a bargain for this given area, Cliffside Park is that place. So we're going to see that in a couple of the examples that we're going to take a look at. We have a few properties that most of them are going to be single family, although we do have one that's a multifamily. But stick along for the ride. I'm going to have some street footage along the way. And as always, please do leave some commentary. Many people have been contributing commentary. I really appreciate it. I've had a long phone conversation with one former New Jersey resident just recently, just reminiscing and giving me some insights and some history. So it's a great place just to exchange some thoughts and experiences. Let's keep it positive as always, but please do leave some comments here. If you have any questions or any assistance that you'll need on my end, I'll be glad to help. All right, so let's get this started now. See you at the first property. Here we are at our first stop. We're at 454 Lawton Ave, only probably about maybe 2-3 blocks from Anderson Ave. If you take a peek behind me further down the street, you can actually see the center right down the street, right? So that tower of apartments down there is where we started. Just on the opposite side of that, I was on Anderson Ave. So Lawton right here is behind me. Just to give you a quick profile. This was new construction. Likewise, you can see beside me, there is a new build totally, right? So when I say new construction, I need to clarify. So 475 was a renovation, whereas what we see right next door is a new build, right? So there's definitely a difference between. 454 is original list price $849, dropped down to $679, sold at $660. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and again, you're talking total gut renovation on this case. So this is a situation where somebody walked into something that was pretty much totally newly done. I'm gonna walk down to the sidewalk a little bit so you can see that there is a detached garage as well. So there's obviously street parking, but there's also driveway and detached garage. And again, just a few blocks down from Anderson, where if you're catching train to the city or just going for entertainment, dining, that is just a few blocks walk. You didn't have to drive unless you really wanted to. So this is stop number 1. Like I said, we have 6 of them, so I'm gonna kind of cut through these really quickly. Off to the next stop. I'll have some video footage in between. Here we are, our second stop in front of 457 Columbia Ave, only 1 block from Lawton. And here we have another full renovation. This one, in this case, I believe you're going to notice a difference because of the types of finishes and what was done on this property. List price was $729,000, sold to $729,000, 22 days on the market. And this one had a professionally paved backyard, both a gas-powered fire pit and a grill, right? So that and the types of finishes that were inside. Again, I believe 3-bed, 2-bath. You'll see that flash up just in case I missed something on the bed and bath. But this is a block away from where we were, and again, only a few blocks, although you can't see as well, but down the street would be, again, Anderson Ave, just a couple blocks down in terms of a walking distance. So we see comfortably homes that are not necessarily huge in square footage, but the renovation and the recent the new nature, right, of the recent renovation gives it marketability that, you know, you're talking a comfortable mid-6 to low-7 price point for homes this size. Just to pan around a little bit, you'll get kind of the feel for other homes in the area. These by and large are pre-war, so your original construction dates are going to be most likely anywhere from early 30s right into the mid 40s, around that World War II time frame. But again, this is a case in this market, which I've said in other episodes, where if you do have a newly renovated property or something with very recent upgrades and very well maintained, they are still moving very quickly, pretty much at ask, if not above in some cases. The other case was a little different, obviously. With the first one, I'd have to see inside to really know the dynamics of that with the price drop. But this one, just in reading the description, they really did some effort, intentional efforts with the type of upgrades they made and installed with the renovation. All right, so we're gonna go off to the next stop. I'll see you there. Here we are are at stop number 3 in front of 418 Greenmount Ave. Maybe about a 5 or 6 block distance from where we were at Lawton and Columbia. So generally speaking, pretty much similar neighborhood. I'm gonna pan around so you kind of get a feel for the type of properties that we have here in the neighborhood. These are very much a similar build, many of them brick. So that's oftentimes, again, you're dating back to kind of your pre-war time frame. A lot of these brick ones were simply just not built once you get into 50s and 60s. This particular property went through a list price change. I want to say originally at $630, dropped to $599, sold at $580. Was on the market a total of 133 days. So 4 months on the market. Did not have the new renovations, basically, that we see with the other two. Certainly a driveway and detached garage here, and square footage is probably comparable to what we saw on Columbia. But price difference is going to no doubt be with having all of those really brand new high-end renovations on that particular property. So this, from distance-wise, we are neighboring to one of the local schools just a block away, a little further out from, not too much further out from Anderson. But again, this is your typical kind of layout when we're looking at Cliffside, with the neighboring towns of Edgewater and Fort Lee and the density of population that we've seen in those cases. You're not going to have substantial lot sizes and property in terms of like a backyard. But what you're benefiting in is proximity, right? So proximity to the city and accessibility to the city. So we're midway now. We have 3 more to go, 3 down. I'll see you at the next spot. Now we're approaching our 3rd stop, different section of Cliffside. Neighborhood we're in right now is the East Cliffs. So I took a couple shots just so you get a better appreciation for the location in terms of proximity and view, because you can't see probably too well from here, but just behind this new construction right here is basically a view of the Hudson River and Manhattan. So Hilltop Terrace in Claremont, this is the corner right here behind me, and we're gonna take a look at 26 Claremont in just a second, which is just steps away from where I am. But just wanted to get a little pan of neighborhood view, location, and what makes this a premium location for Cliffside Park. All right, so I'll see you right in front of 26 in just a blink. All right, so behind me is 26 Claremont. I'm trying to get in just the right spot to avoid the glare. This is just over top of the house. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, listed at, I want to say it was closer to 8, maybe 49, so at 815, you'll see the correct prices flash up. On the market for roughly a little over a month. But just panning around again, just appreciating location. You see this block primarily is splits on this side, kind of a cape right here with looks to be a colonial bi-level. Neighboring to that is a contemporary. So this goes right up the block to Hilltop Terrace, where you have those spectacular views. But this is a great location. You're paying for location. Lot sizes aren't substantially large on this particular block, but in the East Cliffs you will find some properties with larger lot sizes because the homes themselves tend to be a little bit on the larger side. So we have 2 more stops in the same general vicinity, and I'll see you at the next stop. We're just a few steps away from 26 Claremont, which is directly almost behind me, around that corner up the hill, probably about maybe 200 feet. Still in East Cliffs, not far from that spectacular view that we were just featuring in the previous clip. This is 541. This is Winterburn, and this particular property is to give you some of the profile and also feature some of the paver driveway here. One of the features of this home was the koi pond in the back. So if you're a fan of that kind of landscaping aesthetic with the koi swimming around in the pond, it's a very nice feature if that's something that is to your liking when it comes to landscape. In terms of price, I want to say this was a list price right at maybe 775, 780. I'm sorry, I can't remember all of them, but I'll have the correct prices flashed up. Sold at 765. All right. So this, as I peek down the road, there's another new construction project. You may not be able to see that far down, just particularly with the glare. But this is a town where there is a very considerable amount of new construction and new renovation that is taking place. Road footage you probably have seen. There's been numerous duplexes that are clearly newer, some brand new because you can tell of the contemporary style. That is happening a lot in Cliffside Park. The location just fits the bill in terms of the proximity to the city. And if you're trying to bargain shop and maybe Fort Lee is going to be a bit too pricey, you're going to pay a little bit of a premium for that location, then obviously you're going to come to Cliffside Park, just a few miles down, if not mile down, from Fort Lee itself. All right, so this is second of two properties right here in the area. Our last stop is going to be just probably within a half mile of where we are right now. Stick around, I'll see you there. We're at our final stop at 184 Jersey Ave in Cliffside Park, and this is our multifamily option, and this one, 2-family, however, 8-bedroom, 5 full baths. And like many of the 2-family, because it's legally a 2-family, but many of the 2 families will have 2 similar floor plans, pretty much same layout, first and second floor. In this one, there'll be 3-bed, 2-bath for the main level and the top level. And then at the lower level behind the garage, another 2 bedrooms and 1 bath there. So families can obviously utilize both that ground level and the first level together, or I'd like to say in their own creative way, create an opportunity for a 3-family without getting into too much detail on that. But this one, 8-bedroom, 5 full bath, list price was $1.1 million, sold at $1.029. All right, just about 3 months on the market. You can see that there is a 2-car garage with additional parking space to that. We're on a very narrow street that's on a steep incline, but we are directly off of Palisades Ave, and the reason why that's such a significant factor is much of the bus lines are coming right down that avenue, so it's just steps away. So when you're thinking about rental and what a 3-bedroom, 2-bath would get you in this area, you're comfortably going to be in the 3,000s, depending on the types of finishes, the general condition, but comfortably 3,000. 2 bedrooms, still going to be mid, if not lower, 2,000s, again, depending on square footage and conditions. So this is going to conclude our Cliffside Park edition of New Jersey Living. And I want to thank everyone for, again, joining me for this episode. Please, again, do click like, subscribe, notification bell. We have more coming your way. We're going to have still a blend between far northern New Jersey, like Bergen, Hudson County, and some of Essex, along with some locations in both Middlesex and Union County. All right, so there's options on the channel right now. We're well over 50 episodes. If you want to just take and scroll through, if you've never been to my channel before, But do drop a comment. If you have any questions, need any assistance, I'm here to help. All right, thanks again for joining. I'll see you the next episode. Stay safe.